Hi everyone, it's Dasher Dave here again, and I'm back for another crafty video. But this time we are going to play with some resin. Okay, so we're going to play with some UV resin. Now, I will just say that I have put the link to my Amazon associate link for this product in the description. Okay, that means that if you click on the link, it doesn't cost you any more to purchase it. What it does is it just gives me a little bit of credit. So it gives me, I think it's about 5% that I get of the sale. And that just helps me to build a bit of cash, see how the channel is doing, etc. And it also helps towards me being accepted into the Amazon Associate program. So, because I need to sell some things through the links in order to get the official as that Amazon Associate program recognition. Okay, so like I say, it doesn't cost you anything extra, but I do have to tell you that it is a link that when you click on it, it takes you through to the product. I've given you both the UK and the US version. So the UK version is the one that I purchased. The US version is slightly different. I think you only get one bottle included in it, but you get basically the same kit. And it does cost you a lot. It's a lot cheaper in the US than it is in the UK for some reason. I have no idea why. So anyway, it will give you exactly the same as what we get, which is I think you get a silicone mat with it. You get the UV thing, which basically is one of those nail things, and you get a bottle of resin. Okay, and that's basically all you need to start. And we're going to just have a play with some very basics. So when I first purchased it, I didn't have any molds, so I had to kind of think, oh, well, what can I do with it? So bottle tops. So I get bottle tops because Vic works in hospitality, so he works as a bar manager, and he gets lots of these, and they just come off the top of bottles. So I can absolutely guarantee you can access these because they'll be on, you can buy bottles of fizzy pop and they have them on, or bottles of beer or whatever, or cider or whatever it is that you drink, and you probably get some of these from somewhere. And we're not looking for them to be of any particular design. We're just going to use them for making these, which are basically, we've got the UV resin here, but we've also got a little decorative thing underneath it. So just think that these are quite fun. I have had a bit of learning curve with this. I'm just going to bring these up to the camera so hopefully you can see them more clearly. I've tried to make mine look a bit more vintage, so I've gone for like a crazed crackling sort of effect, but hopefully you can see those, and you can put them onto anything you like. So it's nice embellishments. So the other thing I'm going to be doing at some point is I'm going to be doing some rusting, so I will rust some of these to kind of make them more aged looking. Okay, so I will, so like I say, the American version comes with very similar sort of things. I'm not sure whether you get the silicone mat or not. I couldn't, it says in the description you do, but I couldn't see it in the picture. Anyway, like I said, I've given you the link. If not, just use a silicone mat from somewhere else, or a non-stick mat of some kind. Okay, so I would suggest that you wear some gloves. So I've just got some of these PVC style gloves to put on. They're not called latex. I don't even know what they're called. They're PF gloves. Whatever PF is. Don't get me started on initials. Okay, so, and I have found that a 1-inch punch fits nicely in the bottle tops. Now, that's in the UK. I don't know whether that's a standard size around the world, but I've definitely found that a UK bottle top, a 1-inch punch will fit into. So I've just punched out a couple of things, and I've got some other bits of paper that I can punch things out of. I've just pulled some random bits of paper out, and what we'll do is we'll punch some more now. And I've got these, which are things that I couldn't be bothered to fussy cut, to be fair. because you know sometimes it's a bit too much like hard work. So I'm just going to punch some things out, and we'll make some ones on camera. So resin, like I say, I'm new to this. I did buy it a few, I'm going to say weeks ago, but it's probably more like a couple of months ago, and I have been playing with it, but I didn't want to do a video until I felt a bit more confident about doing it. So and that's the reason why I'm doing one now, because, like, you know, I'm not saying I'm confident, I'm just saying I'm more confident than I was. Okay, so what have we got here? So let's use some of the things that we've got. So that's not very interesting, so we won't use that. So I've punched some mappy things out. Which mappy things? So that's a mappy thing. So all I did was I glued it in. Okay, so if you're going to glue it in, you just need to be a bit patient and let it dry. And all I did was I put a tiny blob on the back. Yeah, and then I just popped it in. And it doesn't matter which way up it is, because, well, obviously face up, but it doesn't matter which way. Because, like, you know, they're circular, you can just turn them around until you're happy. And you pull out whatever you like. Let's see. I don't think you can see. I guess you can see the blue edge when you've stuck them down, but and because they get levered off, they can bend a little bit, but that's fine. And then all I did on some of them is I just inked the edges around so that they look a bit oldie looking. And what we'll do is we'll do a couple of these, and then I'll put them under the UV. Now the UV, honestly, it was like magic. I was like, no way, it can't be that quick. It takes between, depending on your weather conditions, you can do it without the UV. Absolutely, you can do it without UV. In fact, the user manual says that you can do it without UV, and it takes 24 hours if you're doing it without UV, and it takes 12 hours if it's a bright sunny day. Your resins will vary, so you know, have a look at what the manufacturer says. But you know, you can do it without the lamp, but with the lamp it takes between 30 and 60 seconds to harden. I was like, no way, that's not going to happen. No way, that is never going to work in that time. And I was just blown away. So and then because I was like so excited by it, I got very excited and wanted to stick everything in and try everything and buy different molds. And so I went to, as you may have seen, I did not an AliExpress, I did a Temu shop, and I bought some of the resin molds, and I did say that I would do a video, but this is the first one of the videos, so I'm going to start where I started from, and that was just making things using these bottle tops. And you know, when I said to Vic, can you bring me some bottle tops home, you know, talk about over egging a pudding. Like, I was like, I'll never run out with all of those. And then he said, do you want some more? No, I haven't used them yet. So I'm going to use this. So this is just a piece of card that's got some of this stuck to it, so some of this mop up cloth that I use. So and I'd love to tell you that these are all lovely and washed, and no, they're not. They're literally, I'm just using them as they are. They smell of beer, to be fair. So, because, well, that's what they've had in them. So and I'm just going to put that clock face in on that one. Yeah, and I didn't even bother gluing the clock face down. I literally just left it loose. And maybe I'll do a bit of music paper, and then we'll put those in. So I've got 6 then on the go. Of course, you can get very carried away with this, so you know, you've been warned. So yeah, it's gonna happen. If you get one of these, you are just gonna want to do it all the time, and like till the hours of the day just tick away, and then you realise you come out of your crafty space and you realise you've been in there for days. So your family have probably sent out missing in action letters and wondering where you are, and yeah, the search party out and all of that. So yeah, just be warned that that's likely to happen. So and if it doesn't happen, then tell me how it didn't happen, because that's exactly what happened to me. So I'm just going to put this flower in here. This is just one of those sticky flowers that I have. Might put a clock maybe on there. Yeah, put a clock on there. And you can put anything else you like in it. Don't fill it up too high though. Don't go mad and go, oh, I'll pile things up. You've got to remember that wherever you have it has to be exposed to the light in order to set. So if you have got something in like layers and it gets underneath, it won't set. It has to be exposed to the UV, so it has to kind of have direct exposure. So now what we're going to do is going to put this on. Okay, so what I did was took the lid off, obviously. That's a good start to take the lid off, isn't it? And then I just squeezed it in, and I kept the nozzle really low down so it didn't create air bubbles. So it's a bit like when you use glossy accents, you don't want to have air bubbles in it. And if you do get a few, like I've got there, then what you'll need is you'll just need a pin to just burst them. So, like I say, this is UV resin, so it sets under UV light, or any light, basically any daytime light, and that's why you really want to wear some gloves, because you don't want to get it on your fingers, because it will set on your fingers as well. I don't think it's particularly good for your, not your complexion. I don't think it's particularly good for your skin. So just be very careful. I would highly recommend you wear some gloves, and unlike when I'm using alcohol ink and I say wear some gloves and I don't, I actually am practicing what I preach this time. And I put it in so that it almost fills the channel up. Now the reason why I've got this on the top is because I didn't realise it had a screw top on it, and I made a hole in the thing and then realised I needed to seal it up. When you keep it in a enclosed box, not a transparent one. Keep it in something that's a opaque, dark coloured box, so that it doesn't get exposed to the light and then set in the bottle. So okay, so what I do is I just pop these underneath here, so you have to put them in the oven. So I'm just going to put those in, and because it's very wet and muggy here today, because it's been thundering and we've had storms and it's like very, very warm. Hang on, I've just realised it didn't get the bubbles out. So if you've got a bubble, get your pin and just pop it. There you go. I just need to check now because I didn't check the others. Apologies for this. Go back and do it again. Just any of the bubbles, just pop them with the end of the pin, or if you can't pop them, kind of just scoot them over to the side where you won't see them quite so obviously. And if you're not worried about them, it's fine. It's not gonna stop it from setting. It's just that you'll have bubbles in it. So I think that one's all right. Oh, and I think that one's all right as well. So okay, so you might see that they will start to harden, because they're just being exposed to UV all the time. but you want to make sure that these go under the lamp. If you're using a lamp, that they go under the lamp and they're completely covered by the lamp. If you're putting them outside, make sure they're not in the shade or dappled light, because bits will set quicker than the others. Direct sunlight is going to set it much quicker. If it's all completely shaded, then it'll just take longer to do. Okay, one thing not to do is to go, oh, put your finger on it, is it still wet? Because if it's wet, you'll get it all over your finger. If it's tacky, you'll end up with a tacky mark on it and not a very shiny surface. But if it's dry, it's fine. So what I do is, the way I test it is I just test it with the tip of my pin. So okay, so then what we're going to do is we're going to switch it on, and this has got a little timer on it, so it'll do it for, I think it does it for 30 seconds. I'm not quite sure. I don't remember what it said. I do have the instructions somewhere. I don't know where they are. Oh no, they're here. Somewhere. They're here. So one of the other things I will say is, if you're using any kind of molds, then use the translucent molds. Don't use the ones that are opaque. So don't use the ones like, let me see if I can find you the kind that I mean. So don't use these kind, because you'll find that you'll go to pop it out and it'll be hard on the surface, but it'll be all sticky underneath, and it won't have set properly. So what you want is like the translucent style molds, these, because then the UV will be able to get to it all round. So one of the other things I'll just say is, when you get this little device, you need to make sure that you peel the coating off the light, otherwise it doesn't reflect back enough light. So just make sure you peel that off. Okay, so I'm just going to do it again because it's hot and muggy here. I'm just going to do it again. It won't hurt it, you can't overexpose it. Okay, this tells you somewhere in the instructions, oh, the LED, 60 to 90 seconds it needs. If it's just UV light, it's 2 to 4 minutes. So just the standard UV light is 2 to 4 minutes. A bright sunny day, oh, there you go, 5 to 15 minutes, and a cloudy day is 20 minutes. Okay, so it's not as long as I thought it was, but like, I would suggest that you leave it and don't stick your finger on it. Okay, so test it with a pin, and then you'll be able to tell whether it's set or not. Okay, so like I say, this is going to be the first of a couple of videos, because I'm going to do these, and starting with these, and then I'm going to move on to using some molds and things which I bought. So remember, we bought these from Temu, or wherever it was that it came from. Temu, Achu, bless you, I don't know what they're called. Yeah, I think it was Temu. You see, I make myself laugh. That's one of the joys of being a comedian. So I bought a few different shapes that I thought I'd quite like to try. So anyway, I'm going to do those in a different video. So hopefully you'll tune back in and you'll have a look at that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move that over, and I'm just going to see if it's set. Okay, so I'm going to use my pin, and I'm just going to test it and see if it's set. And they will be warm, so don't expect them to be cold, because they will be warm. Yeah, that's set. That's fine. Cool. Okay, so different things set differently, so just going to check them. So you can see where there's an air bubble under there. I don't mind the air bubbles. I just think the air bubbles kind of add to the feeling of agedness of them. Okay. But yeah, that's all set. Yeah, cool. Okay, so they're just so simple. Just in case you didn't know they were simple, I thought I'd just iterate that they are simple. So I will do another couple, and then I'll leave you be. So you can put them in so that it just sits there, but just be careful, because if you put your nozzle on and it sticks to it, then you'll pull it out of the resin, and then that's where you're going to cause problems. So I'm going to let's use a bit of washi tape stuck to something, and we can because it can't just punch out washi tape, I'm afraid. It won't punch out, so let's take that bit off the bottom so I can get in further on the thing. So that's a little mushroom, so I can punch that out. We're going to do that. I've got this typography sheet, so I could just take another one of them out. Do that, take it out, like anybody think I was assassinating it. Quite like that word, but it doesn't mean anything, but hey, does it have to? No. Grok, there you go, perfect. And also you can put other things in, so like there's this punch tape stuff, so let's do something that's a short word, Dave. N. O. And we're going to cut that and pull it out. Okay, and then we'll. Oh, except that didn't work, did it? Did it? No. N-O. No. Let's try again now. Cool, that's it. So I'm just going to snip that out. Oh, that's fallen out. Wonder if we can get the back off here now. Because of course I won't need to cut. I won't need to stick this one down because I can just peel the back off it because it's sticky backed. Such is the nature of Dymo. Dymo tape. The only thing is when you try and stick things down wearing gloves like this, it can get a bit. It can go a bit wrong. Just put that on there. Because why ever not? Why ever not? So I'm just going to stick these into the things. There we go. Put that in. Another one. Do me grok, whatever that is, but we just like it. Grok Monotype 1935. Okay. Mushroom. If it fits in there, I'm not sure. Not mushroom in there. There is mushroom in there. And another one. There's a red one there. I quite like the look of that red one. There we go. Like I say, it doesn't make any difference to the inside. They're all kind of the same colour. But the outside. I'll stick this down. Pop that on there. And we can, I don't know, we can add something else if we want to. If there's anything else to add, don't know. Bit of something, I don't know. A bit of something. Maybe a stamp. Maybe stamp it with something. Maybe stamp grok. Find something I can stamp. Stick this to. There you go. Cocktail sticks. Perfect. Grok won't come out, will it? There's this red stamp. Red ink, sorry. Oh. it's fallen off the end of there, so that's clearly not going to work. So let's stick on the end of there. No, will it? Heck. Right, okay. So we're just going to go without. It's sticking to my glove better, so we're just going to do that. There we go. Cool. Stick that on there. Go. Cool. So let's just put some cool. Stop saying cool, Dave. Got a bit of stuff on it. Might as well use it on something. There we go. Cool. Cool. Stop saying cool. Now I get my resin. Which would just keep your end submerged and you'll get less air bubbles that way. Just like when you're using glossy accents or crackle accents, if you keep that submerged inside whatever you're doing, you won't get so many air bubbles. Like I say, this is just so fun. You would just end up lost for hours. You know, don't put anything in the oven before you go and do something like this, because it'll have burnt by the time you see it again. It'll be X something. Food formerly known as. So, okay, just going to turn this on, like I say. We're just going to do it again for a double amount again. So like I say, in the next video we'll do something a bit more interesting. Okay, you can buy colours for resin. I've not tried the colours actually. I do have some colours of some resin colours that I was given, and I might give them a go. Although to be fair, I'm not really that interested in having like the resin colours, because you can always just colour the resin once you've finished it. So especially for something like this, you can make this look a bit more aged by putting a little bit of that in it. You can just swill around, getting your finger in there and giving that a wipe. There we go. You can make it look a bit more old looking like that. So like I say, not particularly interested in the colouring side of resin, but definitely keen to give all the other things a go on camera with you, so you can see what you can do with it, and you can also see the limitations. So like I say, it can get bubbly, so you just need to be aware of that. You know, this is a great opportunity to use up all those little teeny tiny bits that, you know, you only need an inch. Let's face it, give you an inch and you take a mile. So I just need to pop that in while I'm waiting for those to finish, and we'll have a look at those in a second. So yeah, it's another one where hopefully you'll have enjoyed the video. Don't forget, like I say, you can click on the link in the description below. It'll take you directly to the product. Pop that in your basket and purchase it within that same link. Then I will get a tiny percentage of that sale, and it also helps. I need to have 3 successful sales in order to be accepted into the Amazon Associate Program, and I've got a couple of months left to get that sorted out. So and I've done for both the UK and the US. So like I say, you've got the US and the UK version. The UK version is the one that I purchased, and it came with the resin, the mat, the light box, and it also came with a measuring cup. I think it is like a pouring cup. I'm going to see if I can get it out and find it for you. It came with a pouring cup and some stirrers. So it came with these, and the US version, sorry, the UK version came with the 2 of these, and in the US version I think you get those, 1 bottle, slightly different design on the bottle, but just as good, like I say, and the light, and the jury's out as to whether you get the silicone mat, but like I say, you don't really need it. You can use anything, a non-stick mat, whatever. It just kind of protects your surface, because remember, it's UV. Once it gets on here, it'll be on here permanently, because it'll set at some point. So okay, they're done. Hopefully just give them a poke and see if they are. Yep, they are. And there we go. So that's another. Don't poke the hole in your glove, Dave. It's not a good idea. There we go. Cool. And they're done. So there's a few more there. So hopefully you'll give those a try. Please don't put anything in the oven. Please don't do it just before you're due to go and get the kids, or pick your grandma up from hospital or whatever, because people will be waiting for you. Your food will be burnt. You know, it's not going to go well. And if you do use the link to purchase your product, I really am grateful. I don't see anything to do. It's all completely confidential. All it does is it gives me a little bit of a sale. I don't see any of your other purchases. I literally know that somebody has clicked the link, somebody has purchased. If you just click the link, I see the link has been clicked, but I don't get anything for it. So just so you're aware, okay? So thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget, my name is Dash of Dave, and I love you all without exception. Unless you give me a reason not to. So don't give me a reason not to. All right then. I will see you all soon. Lots of love. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Lots of hugs. I'm going to go and take my gloves off now because my hands are very sweaty. It's very hot here, so probably more information than you needed, but like, sharing is caring. I will see you all very soon. Thank you so much. Thank you to anybody that purchases through the link, and don't forget, I will see you all in the next video. Don't forget to give this a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and take care of yourselves. See you next time. Take care. Bye. Bye.